Okay. So today, let me would discuss about alcohols, phenols, and ethers. So it is more helpful and synopsis for next examination. Now, let me would speak about alcohols. Alcohols general formula we can take it as ROH. Phenol general formula C6H5OH, and ethers general formula we can take it as ROR. Then these alcohols when we take that is when we take alcohols are generally neutral, whereas phenols are acidic, and ethers also inert solvents. And these three are included as one of the oxygen derivatives of organic compounds. And phenols are more acidic than methanol, than water, than other alcohols. Methanol is exceptionally more acidic than water. Alcohols and terminal alkynes, this hydrogen also give acidic nature, and least acidic nature we would observe with alkanes. Then when we take these alcohols, we can classify them into methanol as a primer monohydric alcohols, dihydric alcohols, and trihydric alcohols, and polyhydric alcohols. So therefore, methanol and ethanol, 1-propanol, 2-propanol, tertiary butyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol is called 2-propanol, tertiary butyl alcohol is called 2-methyl 2-propanol, allylic alcohol, and phenol. Then dihydric alcohol is ethylene glycol. It is one of the refrigerants most widely used in car radiators. Ethylene, that is ethane 1,2-diol or ethylene glycol, and that is propane 1,2,3-triol or glycerol. Then this is trihydric alcohol. With increasing of number of OH groups, viscosity of alcohol increases due to more number of hydrogen bonds exist in these alcohols. Then another one is benzyl alcohol. Benzyl alcohol is a primary alcohol. Suppose if the alcohol group again attaches to 2 carbons, then it is called secondary. 1 carbon is called primary. 3 carbons is called tertiary. And here this alcohol attaches to only primary carbon. Therefore, benzyl alcohol is also a primary alcohol. And unstable alcohol, 2 OH groups exist on the same carbon, cannot exist. Therefore, ethane 1,1-diol, that is gem diol. Both the OH groups exist on the same carbon, very difficult to exist, and eliminates water. They are converted into carbonyl compounds or acetaldehyde we would get. In the same way, vinyl alcohol, that is CH2CH, attaches to OH is called CH2CH is called vinyl group. Vinyl group attaches to OH is called vinyl alcohol. It undergo 1,3 proton shift or tautomerism and converted to stable acetaldehyde or ethanol. Then the same way, solid alcohols also exist as sorbitol as well as mannitol, and those solid alcohol, sorbitol or mannitol, almost equal to glucose structure, but first carbon CHO, it exists again as CH2OH, sorbitol, and it is a solid alcohol because of very strong hydrogen bonds exist in sorbitol. Sorbitol and mannitol, they differ in the position of OH at the second position. If second position OH is there towards left side, in the Fischer projection formula shows mannitol, and fourth position OH is there towards left side in the glucose type of structure shows sorbitol. Therefore, those are called solid alcohols. Their general formula we will observe like this. Then, next we would take about these are ethers. Symmetric as well as asymmetric ethers we would observe. Symmetric means dimethyl ether, and another one is ethyl methyl ether, diethyl ether, and aromatic and aliphatic ether, that is anisole is one of the example. Suppose instead of methyl, suppose if it is their ethyl group, then it is called phenetol. Anisole is also called methyl phenyl ether, and that is phenetol. This compound is called phenetol. Methyl is there means then it is called anisole. Phenetol is called ethyl phenyl ether. Then these are mixed ethers we would take, or asymmetric ethers we would assume. And then phenol derivatives, all those are showing acidic nature, and those compounds we can identify. Phenols always give acidic in nature because the phenoxide gets more stability, and Presence of negative mesomeric groups like nitro group is there at para position show more acidic nature than phenol, and methoxy is there at para position gives least acidic nature. Positive mesomeric groups decreases acidic nature of phenol. Negative mesomeric groups increases acidic nature of phenol. Then ortho and para always presence of negative mesomeric groups, phenol's acidic nature increases, or any negative group is there at ortho, para, meta more than phenol, acidic nature we would observe like nitro or cyano groups are there on the ortho and para position, phenol acidic nature increases. Then that is idea of is introduction part or classification of alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Then let me take about their bond angle. Bond angle increases. In case of alcohols, bond angle is least. Phenol slightly increases. Ether still increases. Because methanol, when we take its bond angle is almost 108 degrees Celsius. Phenols, when we take almost 109 degrees Celsius because of largest size of phenyl. And in case of ether, dimethyl ether, both the side methyl groups exist. Its bond angle increases more than 109 degrees 28 minutes on oxygen center because the oxygen center in alcohols, phenols, and ethers, oxygen center undergoes sp3 hybridization. In case of dimethyl ether, bond angle increases more than 109 degrees 28 minutes, that is 111 degrees 8 minutes we would observe due to steric repulsion between two bond pairs or two methyl groups. Bond angle increases more than 109 degrees 28 minutes. So therefore, that is about bond angle and its explanation. Then next we would come back to preparation of alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Preparations, generally alcohols when we take, we can identify alcohols we can prepare from various methods. First method we would take it from alkyl halides. Alkyl halides in the presence of aqueous sodium hydroxide. Yesterday, property of alkyl halides we took it, and same model we would observe formation of alcohol and separation of sodium halides. Because of OH minus is a nucleophile, it's substituted with the halides. Then if alkyl group is very small, it follows with SN2 mechanism with transition state and pentavalency of carbon and non-polar solvents are more preferred. If alkyl group is very large, or rate of the reaction, rate determining step depends on the carbocation. If more that is carbocation stabilizes with larger alkyl group or allyl or phenyl or methyl cyclopropyl, and primary, secondary, and tertiary states more stabilizes carbocation. Therefore, they prefer to SN1 mechanism. SN1 always prefer to polar protic solvent or proton donating solvents. And then there we would observe carbocation mechanism, and then alcohols are produced. That is first method. We could observe depends on the alkyl size. It go on changes. Let me take one simple example for the preparation of this alkyl halide. Say, let me take it as isobutyl halide or bromide or chloride. Then addition of OH minus. Initially, without any effect of OH minus, here we would observe tertiary butyl alcohol as any Br minus separates. We can identify converted into this bromide has been eliminated and then converted into primary carbocation. This is RBS, only depends on substrate concentration, but it is not stabilized. 1,2-hydride shift takes place and converted into tertiary carbocation. Because of neighboring group participation, always we can identify neighboring group participation, always we would observe with the 1,2-hydride or 1,2-methyl or 1,2-phenyl shift or methylene shifts. Then tertiary carbocation, it combines with nucleophile and converted into tertiary butyl alcohol as a major product, and OH minus is also remaining part has been converted into primary alcohol. This is major and this is minor. We would have tertiary major, primary minor product. We would observe this alcohol formation from alkyl halides. Then in the same way, then from alkyl halides to alcohol, we would observe by using of this model, that is alkyl halides to alcohols formation. Then second method we would take from alkenes. alkenes when we take, here we could observe alcohols formation by two methods, direct as well as indirect method. A part we would take direct hydration. In direct hydration, we can take any alkene like propene when we take addition of water. Direct addition of water, there is no product, but only in the presence of acid medium, it is being converted into isopropyl alcohol as a major product and N-propyl alcohol as a minor product. Because its mechanism when we take addition of initially acid attacks on this and it is converted into secondary the major and primary carbocation as a minor. Then there H2O, from H2O, H plus eliminates and OH minus attacks as a nucleophile, is converted into major products, and then this OH minus it is converted into minor product. So therefore, direct addition involves carbocation. Carbocation is there means any neighboring group participation is there, rearrangement take place, and respective products are produced. Then, in the same way, indirect addition of water. Indirect addition of water, that is, we would take indirect addition of water. Indirect addition of water in that two methods are there, hydroboration oxidation and oxymercuration demercuration. In hydroboration oxidation process, let me take propene or any other alkene, then here no carbocations are involved, no rearrangement take place, no rearrangement, regio-selective products we would say. And rearrangements are there means stereo, that there we would observe stereo-selective or regio-selective. Here we would observe regio-specific or stereo-specific products we would observe. Therefore, diborane in the presence of PHF, it is converted into two modes of N-propyl, 1, 2, 3, 3 carbons. Tri-N-propyl, boranes are produced, and then this compound in the presence of hydrogen peroxide in basic medium, then they are converted into 3 moles of N-propyl alcohol as BOH thrice, orthoboric acid as a byproduct we would get. Then this has been showing syn addition reaction as well as anti-Markovnikov's rule. They follow anti-Markovnikov's rule as well as syn addition, and then there we were observing formation of alcohols because of your cleavage techniques. And every alkyl group except H2O2 is a mixture of two OH groups, and they are attached to this OH at the terminal position of boron. Carbon bond cleavage takes place, and then corresponding primary alcohols are produced by using hydroboration oxidation. Cis compounds, when we take hydroboration oxidation, gives syn, that is racemia, that what you say, that is meso product we would observe. Trans compound by the hydroboration oxidation we would get racemization. Because of hydroboration oxidation shows syn addition process done. Next, let me would take second one, that is oxymercuration demercuration. Oxymercuration demercuration. Oxymercuration demercuration. Therefore, OMDM means oxymercuration demercuration. Then there we would let me would take again propene by the addition of mercuric acetate, OAC twice, in the presence of PHF or any non-polar solvent, then followed by sodium, or else we can take water also here. Sodium borohydride. When we take oxymercuration and demercuration, it follows with Markovnikov's addition of water, and it follows with that is anti-mechanism. Then this is been converted into major product, or else then isopropyl alcohol is the major product, and this is the major product, that is Markovnikov's rule it follows. And in addition to that, minor product we would observe N-propyl alcohol. Because of indirect addition of water take place in the presence of mercuric acetate, one side hydrogen and other side OH. Reverse also we would observe, but there is no carbocation intermediate involved. So whatever the length of alkyl group is there, no neighboring group participation take place, only double bond changes to give alcohol. Then these are the products we are getting. Even though it is very big, and same type of product you would get. Like this, you would get same type of product, but in direct addition, 1,2-hydride, 1,2-methyl, 1,2-phenyl shift take place or rearrangement takes place, but here there is no rearrangement takes place with this kind of process. Therefore, that is from alkene. Second method we are taking for the preparation of alcohols. Then third method we would take reduction. Reduction of aldehyde ketones, carboxylic acids and their derivatives, they are converted into alcohols. So suppose when we take any length of aldehyde, it may be formaldehyde or it may be acetaldehyde or any homologue of aldehyde. Then here four nascent hydrogens. More convenient reducing agent is lithium aluminum tetrahydrate or nickel followed by hydrogen or palladium or platinum catalyst. Nickel when we take 250 to 300 degrees centigrade heating required, and palladium or platinum means 25 degrees centigrade sufficient for the conversion of this C double bond O into CH2 or CH2OH we would get, that is primary alcohol. Say suppose when we take ketone by the reduction with lithium aluminum tetrahydrate or sodium borohydride, both are eligible, and then the same reagent, it has been converted into secondary alcohol because of this part only it reduces to give secondary alcohol. And suppose if you take carboxylic acid, that is RCO, then again four nascent hydrogens. Most widely you would observe four nascent hydrogens, either of these, but only lithium aluminum tetrahydride. But there is no reducing take place with sodium borohydride, and this part C double bond O part converted into RCH2 OH primary alcohol we are getting. Then in the same way, suppose when we take amide, amide also reduces with the same reagent, and C double bond O part converted into CH2, then NH2 part eliminated in the form of ammonia, and it is converted into, then there amine we would get amine by the nitrous acid followed by HNO2, then converted into alcohol we would observe. Initially we would get primary amine in the presence of nitrous acid, which is converted into primary alcohol. So therefore amides are converted into alcohols by this way. Then in the same way, suppose when we take acid chloride, that is RCOCl, then by the reduction with lithium aluminum tetrahydride or sodium borohydride, either of these reagents, then again RCH2OH, then either of these acid chlorides are reduced with mild reducing agent than lithium aluminum tetrahydride, also reduces to give primary alcohol, and chlorine converted into hydrochloric acid. Therefore, acid chlorides also again reduces to give primary alcohols. Like this, by reduction method, we can prepare these alcohols. Then, by using Grignard's reagents. So, therefore, fourth method we can take from Grignard's reagent, RMGX. Then RMGX is one of the important carbene ion mechanism. Alkyl group carry minus charge. Therefore, methyl carbene ion gets more stability. Therefore, methyl magnesium chloride or magnesium bromide with formaldehyde. Then followed by hydrolysis, it is converted into methyl alcohol, that is primary alcohol. Suppose instead of this, any alkyl group is there, here we would get secondary alcohol. Suppose both the side alkyl groups are there, then this hydrogen we can replace with this tertiary alcohol we would get. Grignard's reagents with ketones, they are converted into tertiary alcohols. So therefore, this is another method we would observe. Grignard's reagents reacts with alkyl formates, that is C2H5 or any other component. Initially, this magnesium chloride received by this component and converted into C double bond OCH3 aldehyde forms, and again another mole of methyl magnesium chloride, then followed by hydrolysis. Then there we would observe methyl group attaches with double bond O attaches to MgCl and methyl group added over it, and then there we can identify hydrogen CH3OH, secondary alcohol we will get. Other than this methyl formate, if alkyl group is there, then that is converted into tertiary alcohol. Therefore, Grignard's reagents are converted into alcohols by using of these methods. Formaldehyde gives primary alcohol, other aldehydes give secondary alcohol, ketones give tertiary alcohols, alkyl formates they give secondary alcohols, other esters they give tertiary alcohols. Like that, we can prepare alcohols by using Grignard's reagents. Then, next one we would take from amines. Amines, when we take aliphatic primary amines, RNH2, HONO, then from 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, elimination of water takes place. Therefore, nitrogen, water, then because of diazo group cannot stabilize with alcohol. But phenol when we take or benzene when we take, diazo group stabilizes and benzene diazonium chloride there we would get. But here ROH, alcohol plus nitrogen plus water separates. Therefore, the diazotization process is not possible with alkyl group because of diazo group cannot stabilize with alkyl. Therefore, they are converted into alcohols. Alkyl may be any length, they are converted into alcohols. It may be primary, it may be secondary, or it may be tertiary alcohol. So, therefore, by this, alcohols we can prepare from various sources. Then phenol when we take, phenol we can prepare from various sources. That is, phenol we can prepare, first method we would take from haloarenes. Say haloarene or chlorobenzene or bromobenzene reacts with magnesium metal followed by dry ether. Whenever we take metals, active metals, dry ether is essential. They are converted into Grignard's reagents. By aerial oxidation, by air supplying of air, then it is converted into phenoxymagnesium bromide. Then hydrolysis is converted into phenol as basic magnesium bromide as a byproduct. So therefore, this first method we would observe from haloarenes by Grignard's reagent, by the aerial oxidation, phenoxymagnesium bromide by the hydrolysis we would get, phenol we would get. That is first method. Then second method we would take from benzene diazonium chloride. Aniline by the addition of nitrous acid converts into benzene diazonium chloride. And then this benzene diazonium chloride in the presence of water, by heating to high temperature, it is being converted into phenol plus nitrogen plus hydrochloric acid separates. This is second method we would observe by the hydrolysis or supplying of steam through benzene diazonium chloride, it is converted into phenol. Then next we would take benzene sulfonic acid. By fusion with excess amount of sodium hydroxide, initially 1 mole when we add sodium salt of benzene sulfonic acid form, addition of another mole of sodium hydroxide, fusion with sodium hydroxide, solid direct addition. Then it is converted into sodium phenoxide plus sodium sulfite as a byproduct produced. Therefore, this compound on acidification, then it is converted into phenol plus sodium chloride separates. Therefore, from benzene sulfonic acid, we can prepare phenol in this specific manner. Then in the same way, from cumene, we can say this is one concept involved component. Cumene is nothing but isopropyl benzene. Isopropyl benzene means benzyl carbon contains at least one hydrogen. It undergo oxidation. Then it is converted into benzene, cumene hydrogen peroxide. Then it undergo rearrangement just by heating. Then it is converted into phenol, and this part, this part has been separated in the form of acetone. Therefore, acetone separates with this compound. That here it may be bigger length, but should be there. Benzyl carbon should contain hydrogen. Here, two methyl groups are there. Then 3-pentanone we would get, and on another side, if it is there, bigger one, like this product we would get. Finally, benzyl carbon contains hydrogen converted into phenol by the cumene type of components oxidation. They are converting into phenol formation. This is another method of preparation we can identify from these methods. So then, those are simple methods of preparation of phenol. Ethers, when we take preparation of ethers. Ethers we can prepare from alcohols. First method we would take it from alcohols. Alcohol, do you mean any length of 2 moles of alcohols in the presence of sulfuric acid at 140 degrees centigrade. They are converted into that is alkoxy alkanes with the separation of water. Then same, also we can take alumina at 250 degrees centigrade plus 273 means Kelvin you would get. Then they are converted into ether formation we can identify from these alcohols. But here there is no carbocation mechanism involved. But whenever we take acid, direct acid, their carbocation mechanism involves rate depending upon stability of carbocation, and they are converted into ethers by this way. Then alkane halides in the presence of sodium alkoxide. Then here also we would observe separation of sodium halide with the formation of ether. Ether formation we can identify sodium alkoxide reacts with alkyl halides and they are converted into alkoxy alkane or Williamson synthesis we would observe. This alkoxy, any length of alkyl we can take, but here it should be a primary alkane halide. Then only ethers we can prepare by using of this method. Then this is one of the method of preparation of ether we would observe. Then this is called Williamson synthesis. Williamson synthesis gives ethers formation by using of this method. Then next step we would take hydrolysis of esters. Ester hydrolysis, that is RC double bond O R dash, addition of water. Then here cleavage take place and hydrogen added on the alkoxy, OH added on the acyl. Acid plus alcohol will be. Therefore, then here it depends on the alkyl mechanism go on changes. Only hydrolysis takes place in acid medium. This acid directly attacks on the oxygen center and 2 OH or OH OR and depends on this mechanism we would observe. Then cleavage of CO bond take place and corresponding acid plus alcohol produce alcohol we can prepare. Fischer-Stier's model and other models are explaining the formation of alcohol. It may be tertiary, it's difficult to form. Primary, very easily form these alcohols. So therefore, alcohols formation by the hydrolysis you would get these products. Then, in the same way, ethers also we can prepare by using these various kind of models, and then we can identify the formation of these ethers. Those are alcohols, phenols, and ethers preparation. Then next we will come back to properties. Properties do you mean alcohols exist with hydrogen bonds, their melting and boiling points are very high, and ethers they cannot have any hydrogen bonds, therefore their melting and boiling points are very low due to volatile nature of ethers. So then next we would take about these alcohols, phenols, ethers properties. When we take chemical properties, especially we would come back. Then here we would observe alcohol, do you mean ROH? Cleavage of OH bond, cleavage of CO bond, involvement of alkyl group properties. We could observe these 3 types of properties for these alcohols. Now, hydrogen replacement. Hydrogen replacement, do you mean, suppose if you take sodium metal or sodium metal, if you add sodium alkoxide formed and hydrogen gas liberates. Sodium hydroxide cannot react with alcohols because of sodium hydroxide base alcohol also show basic nature. There is no reaction with sodium hydroxide. But phenols, when we take, sodium phenoxide formed due to more acidic nature, or phenoxide gives resonance stability. Ethers cannot react with sodium hydroxide. And OH cleavage properties also we can identify with alcohols. Suppose if you add any alcohol with acids and its derivatives, OH cleavage properties we would observe. Then this alcohol with RCOOH, then OH as well as H eliminates and converted into RC double bond OOR. Say if it is there R dash, we can observe ester formation. Instead of acid halide is there. Acid halide means HCl eliminates here. And amide is there. Ammonia eliminates. And they are converted into ester formation with alcohols because of OH bond, acids and their derivatives. Then here also we can take acid anhydride, OC double bond OR dash. Then anhydride also it is converted into acid plus ester formation. Alcohol plus anhydride converted into ester plus acid formation we would observe. So therefore, like that, OH bond cleavage properties of alcohols we would observe. CO bond cleavage properties like PCl5, PCl3, SOCl2, that is Darjan's method, then they are converted into alkyl chlorides. Those methods of preparation already in alkyl halides available. Then OH bond cleavage properties we would observe with PCl5, PCl3, SOCl2 followed with pyridine we could observe. Then Lucas test also we can observe. Lucas test means primary alcohol, they give turbidity after half an hour, 30 minutes we would observe turbidity of alkyl chlorides. That is, Lucas reagent is a mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride plus concentrated HCl. Then with anhydrous zinc chloride or Lewis acid not needed if we take HBr or HI. HBr directly not available in the lab, then there we would observe KBr plus H2SO4 or H3PO4. Then in the same way, Ki plus H2SO4, H2SO4 easily oxidizes iodine, therefore H3PO4 is more preferred to H2SO4 for making the hydrogen iodides. And then there we can observe, then they are converted, OH bond cleavage takes place with those reagents and alkyl bromides and alkyl iodides we would get. In the same way, PBr3 and PBr5, PI3 and PI5 cannot exist. They are also prepared red phosphorus plus then sulfuric acid, red phosphorus, if we add any acid or else H3PO4, then they are converted into this corresponding PBr3 and PBr5 or PBr5 and PI5 formations we would observe whenever required red phosphorus plus those hydrogen halides. If we add, then the corresponding those compounds are producing and they are behaving like PCl5 or PCl3 properties. Then their cleavage of OH bond properties we can observe. And in the same way, then other properties we mean oxidation, reduction properties we can identify with respect to alcohols. Now, oxidation when we take, oxidation we mean mild oxidizing agents. So mild oxidizing agent means PCC, pyridium chlorochromine. Pyridine plus chromic oxide plus HCl mixture we would observe in 1:1:2 ratio. Suppose if we take Collins reagent, here we would observe same, but ratio is dissimilar. 2:1 in case of Collins reagent. 2:1 here instead of HCl, there HCl we took, it means dichloromethyl we would take as 1:2:1:1 ratio. Then Jones reagent. Jones reagent we mean that is CrO3 plus H2SO4 plus acetone mixture. That is, here we could observe 1:1:1 ratio. Then Jones plus Collins reagent if we mixture, then these all reagents, most widely these reagents are helping as mild oxidizing agents. And these oxidizing agents, they oxidizes primary alcohols into aldehydes, further oxidation cannot take place. Secondary alcohols oxidizes to give ketones, further oxidation cannot take place. So therefore, mild oxidizing agents, PCC, PDC also, iridium dichromate, or else Collins reagent, Jones reagent, they are converting these components as primary alcohols into aldehydes, further oxidation stops, secondary alcohols into ketones, tertiary alcohols cannot oxidize. And that is one of the oxidizing agents with mild oxidizing agents we would observe. Then copper also behaving as oxidizing agent at about 300 degrees centigrade. Primary alcohols with copper metal or CH2OH. By using of copper at 300 degrees centigrade or 573 Kelvin, it is converted into aldehyde with the dehydrogenation. Suppose if you take a secondary alcohol by copper at 300 degrees centigrade, it is converted into ketone, and tertiary alcohol, say CH3R, then this is tertiary alcohol, copper at 300 degrees centigrade, then two alkyl groups are there as it is, and they are converted into alkenes formation we would observe with the dehydrogenation. That means OH as well as H eliminates in the form of water. This is slightly dissimilar we would observe. Elimination of water take place from tertiary alcohols and alkenes are produced. And strong oxidizing agents are generally esterified or alkaline KMnO4 and esterified potassium dichromate. The directly primary alcohols are converted into carboxylic acids with same number of carbons, and ketones are converted into carboxylic acids with a slightly lesser number of carbons. If keto group attaches with methyl, then one carbon converted into carbon dioxide and water vapor. If two carbons are there with keto functional group, then they are converted into carboxylic acids. So therefore, carboxylic acids with less number of carbons we would observe, they follow with Brett's rule and converted into carboxylic acids by using strong oxidizing agents. Then, so like this, we can identify formation of oxidation reactions of alcohols we would observe. Then, in the same way, these alcohols are these are the oxidizing properties of alcohols we would observe. Dehydration property. Dehydration, do you mean removal of water? Say, suppose when we take ethyl alcohol or any other alcohol, in the presence of sulfuric acid at 172 to 180 degrees centigrade, then alpha beta dehydration takes place. That is ethylene plus water separation. Water separation is called dehydration. Say, suppose if alcohol is there, like isopropyl alcohol, then here OH on the alpha position OH and beta position hydrogen. Then in the presence of this sulfuric acid, it is converted into isobutene formation. Then in the same way, suppose if alcohol is there like this chiral alcohol, then dehydration takes place with one alkene produced with Sedgef's product, and this another product, major and minor products are formed by using of Sedgef's rule. Sedgef's rule says double bond with more number of alpha hydrogen show more stability and less number of hydrogen show less stability. Therefore, here we would observe total 9 alpha hydrogens. Here we would observe double bond carbon only 1 alpha hydrogen is lesser stable, and this compound is more stable product we would get by using of this. That is related to dehydration. Dehydration, it follows with carbocation mechanism. Whereas alumina, when we take, there also dehydration take place. There is no carbocation mechanism. We would observe alumina at 350 degrees centigrade, then dehydration, direct dehydration take place. Say, suppose if you take one of the component is there like this. Say this is one of the alcohol. Then alcohol is there means dehydration, sulfuric acid at 170 degrees centigrade. Then conjugation is more preferred. This is alpha beta. But beside double bond carbon exists with hydrogen cannot dehydrate, and then there we would observe dehydration. With conjugation gives more stability with the separation of water. These two are beta position, but this side is more preferred because of sp3 hydrogen carbon. Hydrogen separation is very much easier. Therefore, then there we would observe dehydration property in this way. And simply you have to remember carbocation mechanism involved direct dehydration. Alumina, when we take, there is no carbocation generates simply alpha beta elimination take place, and then there we would observe removal of those compounds. Alpha beta, then either E1 or E2 mechanism they follow, and dehydration take place in these reactions. Therefore, this is related to dehydration. Then, in the same way, alcohols also undergo combustion and converted into carbon dioxide as well as water vapor formation. We can identify those are the kind of properties we would observe with alcohols. Phenols, when we take phenol properties, phenols are acidic, and presence of any NO2 or CN at para position gives more acidic than ortho position, than meta position, than phenol group. Positive mesomeric group, it's opposite, methoxy, least acidic, than ortho position, than meta position, than phenol. Phenol is more acidic, there we would observe than for these phenol derivatives. Then phenol reacts with sodium or sodium hydroxide. But alcohols cannot react with sodium hydroxide due to more acidic nature. Either sodium or sodium hydroxide converted into sodium phenoxide. Due to more acidic nature of phenol, then phenoxide more stabilizes whether with sodium or sodium hydroxide and sodium phenoxide. Then in the same way, phenol reacts with carbon dioxide. Then in acid medium, then it is converted into salicylic acid produced by Kolbe's method. That is, sodium hydroxide is more preferred because sodium phenoxide forms and converted into orthosalicylic acid. Then, in the same way, chloroform, then followed by KOH, alcoholic KOH. When we use, here we would observe orthosalicylaldehyde because of dichlorocarbon intermediate involved at alpha position attacks, and then corresponding orthosalicylaldehyde formation we can identify by using of these. Then this reaction is called carbyl amine reaction. So therefore, formation of this orthosalicylaldehyde we would observe of this phenol. Then phenols, if it reacts with zinc metal, zinc can remove oxygen and convert it into benzene. Then phenol reacts with acid chloride. In the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, then it is being converted into phenyl acetate form. By heating to high temperature, this acyl group shifted to either para or ortho position. Then there we can identify here one kind of rearrangement take place then at para position as well as ortho position. This acyl group shift to take place. This would give major product, and this product we would get minor product. So then this is called Friese rearrangement. We can identify in this acyl, that is phenyl acetate converted into this kind of products. Then suppose when we come across to the same model, allyl bromides in the presence of sodium hydroxide, then attaches to that phenoxy. And if it is there like this, and then it also undergo rearrangement, and then here also we can identify if it is there at ortho position, inversion configuration we would observe. If allyl group shifted to para position, then there we would observe retention configuration products. So therefore, these are the kind of rearrangement reactions we would observe with phenol. Then phenol, OH group is a ortho para directing group because plus M as well as plus I group. Therefore, that is, suppose if you add bromine in the presence of carbon disulfide, here we would get ortho position and para position bromine attaches to either this side or that side, both are same only. Ortho-bromophenol and para-bromo. Para-bromo is major, whereas ortho-bromo is minor product. Then in the presence of water, when we add white precipitate of 2,4,6-tribromophenol forms. White precipitate of 2,4,6-tribrom. The laboratory test also we would observe as 2,4,6-tribromophenol formation we can identify with the bromine in presence of water. Then in the same way, addition of nitric acid. Nitric acid also we can identify. Then para position, para-nitrophenol is the major product and orthonitrophenol minor product. Then nitric acid plus sulfuric acid mixture, concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, if we add all the three positions, nitro group attacks on the phenol. And picric acid, formation of picric acid we would observe with this concentrated with the 2:1 ratio of sulfuric acid and nitric acid. If we add on this, then the corresponding trinitrophenol, 2,4,6-trinitrophenol or picric acid formation we would observe. Then picric acid easily decomposes sodium bicarbonate, phenol cannot decompose, or quick effervescence of carbon dioxide cannot produce, but picric acid can produce carbon dioxide effervescence. Therefore, it shows more acidic nature than phenol we would observe for this picric acid. Sulfonic acid. In the same way, ortho and para position, para-sulfonic phenol as well as ortho-sulfonic phenol formation would observe. Acylation, alkylation, arylation also take place in the same way for phenol as electrophilic substitution reactions. Ethers, when we take properties of ethers. Ethers, when we come across, there we would observe ethers, by the addition of ethers, when we take diethyl ether, addition of hydrogen, or else methyl ethyl ether, addition of hydrogen iodide, and then there we would observe cleavage take place. One is methyl iodide, another one ethyl alcohol. Say, here we can observe either SN1 or SN2 mechanism. Addition of H plus, oxonium ion forms, nucleophile I minus by using SN2 mechanism, and there we would observe formation of methyl iodide plus ethyl alcohol. Then suppose if one side alkyl is tertiary butyl, another side is ethyl is there, then there we would observe then the products are slightly dissimilar. And here we can identify tertiary butyl iodide plus ethyl alcohol, because tertiary butyl and here proton attaches from hydrogen, that is hydrogen iodide, oxonium ion forms, and cleavage takes place this side by SN1 mechanism, and carbocation generates, and nucleophile attach tertiary butyl iodide plus ethyl alcohol forms. Instead of these cold and dilute and hot and concentrated HI when we take, and both the side cleavage takes place. And then tertiary butyl as well as ethyl iodide we will get. Whenever we take cold and dilute, it follows either with SN1 or SN2 mechanism. Suppose if you take anisole by the addition of hydrogen iodide, there is no question of phenoxy cleavage take place. Irrespective of SN1 or SN2 mechanism, definitely we would get phenol plus methyl iodide forms. Because of this bond only cleavage take place, but phenoxy resonance stabilized. Therefore, cleavage towards phenoxide is very difficult. So therefore, by this hydrogen iodide property we would observe with the ethers. Then in the same way, hydrolysis of ethers. Ethers hydrolysis in acid medium take place and converted into alcohols. Ethers also undergo dehydration in the presence of alumina at 350 degrees centigrade and converted into alkenes. And then alpha beta elimination of water takes place and corresponding alkenes are produced. Then in the same way, ethers by the addition of carbon monoxide in the presence of boron trifluoride at high temperature and high pressure converts into esters. CO insertion takes place in ethers, and ester formation will also. Then ethers undergo halogenation. At alpha position, chlorine easily substitutes, and bromination or chlorination at alpha position take place in ethers, and corresponding substitution products we would get in ethers. And ethers do not have any response with sodium or magnesium metal because of inert solvent or inert behavior of that solvent with oxide. Then, so therefore, this kind of the property we can identify for ethers, and ethers they give such those kind of properties. Ethers also we can identify. Ethers are various kind of ethers like anisole when we take. This is one kind of aliphatic aromatic ether. Then this ether, suppose alkylation, methyl chloride, in the presence of anhydrous aluminium chlorides. And there we could observe that ortho as well as para substitution takes place. Para gives major and ortho gives minor products. So therefore this is major product and this would become minor product. So therefore, ethers, these kind of properties are identified with ethers, and these are the some important synopsis points on alcohols, ethers, and phenol. So thank you for watching this video.